Oh, hi everyone. Welcome back to another video, all the wonderfulness of it. Remember, it's the start of the month, so if you wanted a paid subscription with Elite Prospects, use the code THG25, that's capital letters and all one word, at eliteprospects.com. You get 25% off your first 3 months with them. So, yeah, and I apologize that I'm supposed to do this right on the 1st, and it's the 3rd, and from the 1st till the 7th, that code is live every month. So, I apologize for not mentioning that more often. And thanks at the beginning of this to Ola Albertson for your support on Patreon. It's greatly appreciated. And we had some pretty solid games tonight. By some, I mean two. I also want to throw in that along with the Elite Prospects and the partnership this channel has with them, I signed up for a platinum account with Hockey Prospect, money out of my own pocket. I didn't get any kind of discount for it tonight. I'm going to be able to do some diving into the 2020 draft and discussing it now that we're into November, and the 2020 draft is going to be honest before we know it. So it's always fun to look at the draft before the draft and look at where everybody is and do prospect videos. So look for those to start up pretty soon. Last year I did about one a month, and some of them hit, some of them didn't. So knowing what hits and what doesn't, I likely will do one, I would say, every couple of weeks, and probably just do them on just the top prospects for the most part. Tried to get cute and go with the obscure, and that just doesn't really work. Maybe 5-6 years down the road, somebody will look back at that and go, "Oh wow, this guy was mentioned before anybody knew." Nah. Anyways, first up we have Washington, and the Nationals were in the house to celebrate their World Series championship. The funny thing is, I turn it on during the championship, and I hear "We Are the Champions," and I see all the Caps huddled around, and I thought, wait a minute, they didn't win the Cup this year. And then it dawned on me, like, oh, there's the World Series trophy, right? All right, the Nationals. I thought, wow, we're going to celebrate the Cup from 2018 now. The Nats were all decked out in jerseys that were Fanatics, and why? Why can't we give them an Adidas? Not that this is an Adidas. This is a Reebok, because I won't buy a Fanatics. Anyways, that aside, the Capitals came out tonight against the Calgary Flames. The Caps tested Talbot early on. Mangiapane then scored from Tkachuk at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And it looked early on like Calgary was going to have one of those good road games that they've been having lately. Vrana then scored from Kuznetsov and Wilson at 11:01, and the shots were even. The score was even. It was 5-5 at that point in the shots category. Vrana then scored his second from Kuznetsov and Orlov at 15:08. And what's really impressive about this Caps run is Ovechkin's been pretty quiet. Like, he's getting his shots, he's getting his opportunities, he's very notable on the ice, but he doesn't need to score a lot of goals in this run. Lindholm then scored from Shillington and Mangiapane at 19:58, so with 2 seconds left, it is that key goal in the very dying seconds of the period. Second period, there was an Ovechkin breakaway that was just denied. I know Talbot's numbers don't look great coming out of tonight, but you know what? It's the Capitals. These guys can score at will. The Flames and Caps seem to be offsetting each other's play, and then had offsetting penalties at halfway through the period. So Wilson and Tkachuk seemed to jaw at each other a bit. I didn't see a whole lot of physicality between the two of them, but they may not be sending each other Christmas cards. And it was a big shocker to everybody involved that those two guys would be going at it. Vrana then gets his first career hat trick from Kuznetsov and Kempny. And yeah, Kuznetsov, absolutely great game for him as well. That's 3 helpers for him. Kempny gets another point, so that's 9 points in 8 games. That's at 15:05. Talbot denied the 2-goal lead, but you could kind of feel like he's under siege. Third period, the Caps got an early power play, and they capitalized. And it's Lars Eller getting a goal from Wilson. So that's Wilson's second helper at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. He is the most popular player in the league, I think. Anyways, he's popular in Washington. That's the important thing. The Flames then got a power play. There was a late power play after that for the Capitals. And I had to put up on the board, the Capitals are winning these games without needing goals from Ovechkin. That is so key in all this. They pulled the goalie with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Gaudreau had a fantastic shot, and his stick broke. And we're really starting to see the frustration with Johnny Gaudreau about the goals thing, that there's puck's not going in the net. He had an assist streak tonight, I think, of 4 games before tonight's game. That point streak is broken. I had nothing to do with it. Swear, Scout's honor. I'm not even a Scout. And so Goudreau's stick broke. And then there was a delay of game penalty against Washington, which was weird. It looked like the puck went up, and it bounced off of the scoreboard and then over the glass. And I don't think the natural trajectory of the puck necessarily would have taken it over the glass. So I didn't know that could happen, and neither did the announcers. Neither Rick Ball nor Cassie Campbell seemed to know that can be a thing. They'd never seen it before. I didn't know, and even the Capitals were sort of like, wait, what? And I had to agree with that. I thought that if it hits the scoreboard, well, it hits something going over the glass. It's sort of like if it nicks the glass on the way over, it's not... It's not a big deal. But anyways, they gave him a penalty. It didn't matter. It meant that the Caps could ice the puck and not worry about getting an icing call, but it was weird. Talbot saves 28 out of 32 in a 4-2 loss. Samsonov, 25 saves on 27 shots. The best game he's played in a while. 3 stars are Vrana, Kuznetsov, and Mangiapane. I agree with Mangiapane being in there because he had a very notable game, a goal and an assist, and he was very visible on the ice when he was playing, whether he was scoring or not. Power plays. Calgary goes 0 for 2. Washington goes 1 for 2. The shots, 10-8 Washington in the first, 13-11 Washington in the second, 9-8 in favor of the Caps in the third, for a final shot total of 32-27 in favor of the Caps. So that's how that works. And the Capitals have another win on their record. Another one. In the other game tonight, Chicago went in and they had a much better game against Anaheim than the one they played against LA. I don't know if this is players realizing, hey, we could be frittering away the season here or what it is, but this was a much better effort. And for the Ducks, very, very frustrating for them that they only get the 1 point out of this game. The Ducks were ahead 6-1 in shots 8 minutes in. So 8 minutes in, it looked like, oh, here's the Hawks again, and they're getting outshot. What a surprise. The Hawks, however, got a power play. Boquist scores from Nylander and Taves at 9:21. So while this wasn't the power play goal, it did kind of change the tide a little bit. Leonard had a denial then with a chest save that was just gorgeous. The Hawks got another power play, which turned into a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 10 seconds. You can't give them 1 minute and 10 seconds with the guys they can throw on the ice with a 5-on-3. DeBrincat makes him pay from Kane and Kubalik at 15:33, and that made it a 2-0 game. And then there was a shorthanded breakaway for Derek Grant, who's from Abbey here, and he was denied on that. So it's 2-0 Chicago after 1. Second period, the Hawks are out shooting Anaheim now. So Anaheim had the big lead early, and the Hawks kind of started taking the game back. The Ducks got a power play, and when tested, Robin Lehner looked excellent tonight. I know he's not a top 3 star for the game, which is fine, I guess. I'm not going to rail on the 3 stars tonight, but Lehner was kind of sort of fantastic. There may be an idea in my brain to give out a star every night from me for somebody who's not one of the 3 stars. I'm considering it. Anyways, we'll see if that's something that would be popular, or if it's something that people are like, no, just stay out of it. I don't mind if people say just stay out of it. Doesn't bother me. The Hawks are much better tonight than last night. I had to put that on the board. However, shortly after I put that up, Steele scores from Goodbranson and Getzlaf at 12:39. Now, the phone said it was Steele. The announcers believe that it should be Goodbranson's goal. It doesn't really matter if it's Goodbranson's goal. Steele gets an assist on it. And that felt like a really key goal late in that second period to make it a 1-goal game. Third period, the Hawks get an early power play. They wouldn't score on any of their other power plays. In fact, Rowney got a shorthanded break that was denied by Leonard, as Leonard continues to keep the Hawks in it. Taves was arguing and the Ducks got a power play. It was the second third period penalty on Taves, and I'll come back to Taves after this. They score on the power play, do those Ducks. Ritchie from Steele and Fowler at 13:43, so Steele with 2 points tonight. And Taves threw his arms up, and when Taves was complaining, and he just wasn't happy that he had 2 penalties in the third period, he did not agree with it. He really reminded me of the Flash in that moment. I'm like, oh my God, he looks like Grant Gustin. I've never seen it before. He looks like Grant Gustin, and he reminds me of the Flash when the Flash is freaking out over something he did to almost destroy the world. I swear, every time the Flash goes all, oh, I need to teach you guys stuff, and I'm going to be the teacher. Really, Flash? Really? You're not the one that keeps going into the past and going into the future and screwing everything up, Flash? Really? You're not the problem? He's the villain. Watch the Flash. He's the villain. Anyways, I've been on that for years, and I still think I still watch the show, but I still think it should be the Killer Frost show. It really should. She should just freeze him. Get in the box, and I'll just freeze you. Leonard was having a really great night, though. So we'll just forget the Flash thing for a minute. Leonard was having a really great night, and the Flash would show up again in overtime. The Hawks got a power play. Miller robbed Shaw while they were killing that penalty with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. Ryan Miller had a really good game. Might get lost in this, but Miller and Leonard were having an amazing duel back and forth. There were 75 shots in this game, and 5 of them went in the net. The goaltenders had a very good night. The Hawks did hit a crossbar, however. If that had gone in, this would have been settled in regulation. It wasn't. Goes to overtime. 24 seconds into overtime on the first shot. It's Kane from Taves and Keith. If that combination continues to play like this, the Hawks can get back into contention. Kane with 2 points tonight. And he's one of the 3 stars. It was Getzlaf in his 1,000th game. Totally understood he's number 1 star. Kane and Steele were the other 2 stars. Leonard saved 36 out of 38. Miller saved 34 out of 37. He was excellent in the loss. Hawks go 1 for 5 on the power play. Anaheim goes 1 for 4. So 2 teams that were struggling on the power play both get on the board tonight. Your shots 15-11 in favor of Chicago in that first period. So they outshot them 14-5 after that 6-1 lead for the Ducks in that first period. Second period, 14-12 in favor of Anaheim, and in the third, Anaheim outshot them 13-9 as they fought back into it. And then in the overtime, the only shot was Chicago's. Your final shots, 38 for Anaheim, 37 for Chicago. So there you go. You guys are all caught up on tonight's action. Tomorrow there's only 4 games, so it's not going to be a really busy night tomorrow either, which is kind of nice. And, after the night I had last night, kind of nice to have a night like tonight. And thanks for all who came out for the live stream as well. It was greatly enjoyable for myself, for my wife, who's not here right now, but if she was here, she'd tell you. And it proves I wasn't lying about that we had stuff to do. Well, she had stuff to do. I had stuff to do watching the game. I can't watch the chat and watch the game at the same time. I used to try it. It doesn't work. All right. That being said, and with a far more casual feeling to this than my usual review video, I'm done for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.